So we have designed this calculator using HTML and CSS. Now we're going to use JavaScript to make it functional. So without no further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so let's commence. So as you can see, I've already created my .js file, script.js. So let's proceed. So let's go to our index.html file to examine what we have so far. Alright, so as you can see, inside of this div, the button box, we have buttons. Now all of the buttons has a value. So what we want to happen, we want whenever we click on a button, it display the value that the button has. So we want it to be displayed on the screen. So the screen is this input tag here with the ID screen. Alright, so what we're going to do for that, we're going to set an event handler on each of the button. So let's do that. Alright, so for this button, we're going to set an event handler. So we're going to say on click, we're going to call it btn1. So basically we're creating a function. So we're going to define a function in your JavaScript file. So let's do it for this as well. So I'm going to do that, that, and that. So instead of 1 here, we're going to say 2. Instead of 3 here, sorry, instead of 1 here, we're going to say 3. And here, we're going to say div for divide. And here, we're just going to copy what we have here. So we're going to copy. Oopsie, forget that here. So let's add it. Alright, so we're going to copy what we have here and we're going to paste it just below it. So we're going to come here. We're going to paste that. We're going to paste that. We're going to paste that. So we're doing the pasting. For that. And also for enter button. So instead of div, we're going to have enter. So for that, we're going to have plus. For that, we're going to have delete. For that, we're going to have point. For that, we're going to have 0. And for that, we're gonna have sub for subtract, and we're gonna have 8 for this, and I'm gonna put 8 there, and I'm gonna put 9 here. So 9, and for this I'm gonna have sub. For that I'm gonna have 7. For this it's gonna be 4. For that it's gonna be 5. For this it's gonna be 6. So instead of div we have mult for multiply. So 7, 8, 9 sub. Okay, so we are gonna have the dot there. Alright, so let's say dot instead of point. So 0, delete, plus enter. Perfect. Let's link our JavaScript file. So right above the body, I'm going to come right above the body, and we're going to point it to our external file. So to do that, we have to say script source. I'm going to say script. So script script. So script.js, and it's saved, and it's now working. We're going to see if it's now connected. So with a simple alert method. So alert, hello. Exactly. So it's working. We need to take our screen ID. We're going to need to set the value for the screen. So we're going to go around here, and we're going to declare a variable. We're going to also call it screen, and we're going to set it equal to document dot get element by ID, and we're going to say screen. We now have that input element in the screen variable. Alright, so let's get back to your HTML document, and we're going to grab our first function, and that's btn1, and then we're going to go back, no, yeah, we're going to go back in your JavaScript code. We use the function keyword, followed by the name of our function, open and close braces, and then we're going to set the value, screen value. So we're going to say screen, the value, and for 1, we're going to set it equal to the string 1, and we're going to hit save, and then we're going to test it to see if it's working. So let's click 1 here. As you can see, 1 is on the screen. If we click it again, it's not going to work because it's replacing the value. So we need to append the value to it. So we're going to append, click save. So if we should go back and click it again, more than once, it should show up more than once. All right. So we're going to just do the same for the buttons that we have around there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 1, for 2, function 2 two for 3 three 3 for 4. We're gonna have 4 there, and we're gonna copy them. For 5, we're gonna have 5 there. We're gonna say 5. For 6, you're gonna have 6 there, and we're gonna say 6. For 7, we're gonna have 7 there. We're gonna say 7. For 8, we're gonna have 8 here, and we're gonna say 8. For 9, we're gonna have 9. And for 0, we're gonna have 0. And for dot, we're gonna have dot. All right, let's look back at the signs we have. All right, so we have dot. All right, so now we need delete, we need multiply, subtract, delete, enter, plus, mult, sub. All right, so let's get back to your JavaScript, and we're gonna add those. So we're gonna say, let's start from the top. So we're gonna say subtract there. We're gonna say add. We're gonna say divide there. We're gonna say multiply. So for these, we have to change the value here. So for this is sub. For this, we had plus. And for this, we had div. For that, we had the mult. So for this, we're gonna have, so we're gonna have delete. So let's copy this here. So for delete, it's going to be a little different. So for delete, we will have to call the slice method. So we're going to say, yeah, remember that it's giving like number values. So we have to ensure that we convert it to string. So we're going to call it a string method here. So we're going to say to string. So whatever value we got, it's going to be converted to string. And then we're going to slice that. So we're going to slice it in order to delete it. Now we're going to slice from position 0. So we're going to say -1. And it should slice from the back. So when I run the simulation, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so for this is the enter button. So we're gonna say and oh, oopsie, for this should be btn. And for this, it's btn enter. All right, so the enter button is basically going to do the evaluation. So for us to do that, we'll have to say screen dot value, and then we're gonna say equal. We're gonna call the eval method. So we're gonna say eval, and then we're gonna tell it what to evaluate. So we're gonna evaluate whatever that is on the screen. So we're gonna pass it here. And then we're gonna hit save, and that's basically it. Let's go ahead and run a test to see if our calculator is working eventually. So let's go back to your website, and I'm gonna say 1 plus 1, enter. We got 2. If we should delete it, it's gone. So let's try 12, subtract 6, eval 6. If we should delete it, it's no longer there. So calculator is in full effect. So you can you can add more stuff to it, like functions to the calculator if you want, but our calculator is created. And if you want to see the code, so this is the HTML code we have here. And this is the CSS code we have here. Okay, guys. So that's the end of my video. I hope you already subscribed and like my video. Enjoy, and hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.